Good morning, student. Today we are going to start class 7th civics, chapter number 7, understanding gender in aspects of socio and economic. Now, student, in this chapter we will understand that what is gender inequality as well as how gender inequality can be treated and what are the steps that is took by the government to overcome from these kind of gender inequality. Now, beginning with the chapter that is the topic given, what is gender? First of all, the question is arises, what is gender? Gender is different from sex. Sex means it is a biological determination of a boy or girl, means male or female. That is the sex or the biological determination. But gender is a pattern of behavior that is expected from boys and girls, that is determined by the society. Means the gender is decided by the society, not by the biologicals. So basically gender is a pattern of behavior. How the boy should have to behave and how the girl should have to behave, it is totally depend upon the, it is created by the society basically. The it also assigns the particular role to men and women and also dictate the way in which men and women will be treated in the society. So basically the gender what the society is, it is asked to do or what the society expect from us, that is the behavior that we have to follow. Like if I give you example, the girl should not speak loud, the girl should not laugh loudly, or they are not allowed to go out of their home in night during night. So or the boys can roam freely from here and there, and several more points are there that are bifurcated by or the by it is divided by the people of society. So that is the gender. Now, with the changing times, the gender roles also change. Means that when the time changes, the gender roles, it also changes. It means that accordingly, the when we adopted the modernization, so modernization led to the changes in the expecting behavior of the genders. Now, the next topic that we have to also understand is that the gender inequality. So, what is gender inequality? When men and women are treated differently, it is called gender inequality. What does it mean? It means that the men and women, they treated differently. The rights, the facilities, the amenities that is provided to the men, those amenities or the facilities are not provided to the woman. So that is the treatment or the treated differently, that is considered as gender inequality. How it prevails? It prevails because of the old age customs and tradition that is followed by our ancestor that dominates the woman's life in our society. It is also mentioned that the job of a man and woman can be categorized as a separate work, like the earn to working to earn living, it is considered for the men's part, and doing household work at home and also bear children, it is considered as the part of female or the woman basically. So this is the type of custom, or we can say tradition or belief that prevails during the ancient time, or the we can say the past time basically. But nowadays everything is changed. Now the people have also started uh, thinking about the gender inequality, and they also thinking about to remove it by helping or by treating their own children in a various aspects. Now, how the gender inequality manifestate the other kind of inequality. So first of all, let me give you the example of first gender inequality which creates in the family. So family is the first influence in the child's life. So family is what? It is a first school of a child where the gender inequality begins. In many families, the father or any other male member is considered to be the head of the family. It is right. It is in the patriarchal system. So all the members of family, they try to look after the needs of the that particular male member. Women are supposed to do the housework, and even they go to, if they go if they wanted to go to outside of the house to earn, so they have to seek the permission of their male head or their husbands. And family is there to separate the distinguish the work of boy and girl. Boy are allowed to go out to have to go to the market and purchase a lot of things, and girls are not allowed to go out of the house and were remain sit at home by or they can do the household work, or they can help to their mother or the female members of their family. So this is the division, this is the gender inequality that leads in this family. Also, family members are willingly, they pay a more fee, or they spend more amount of money on the boys education, while girls are not get the same kind of treatment in their family. Sometimes boys were sent to the abroad, sometimes boys were sent to the out of the city for the further education, but girls do not. So this is the thing that exists uh, in the society of the Indian families and the other underdeveloping countries. Also, the woman's opinion is not matters in some family. If women, they do not ask even the opinion of the woman on important concern that is related to the families. So gender inequality leads to the, it becomes a part of the family, and the children learn those things from the family itself, because what their male members treated among their female members or the women in the family, those kind of treatment were also noticed by the children, and they also followed the same pattern of behavior. The another aspects of the gender inequality is the female foeticide. So what is female foeticide? You had already learned about that. Female foeticide is a killing of a unborn child, which is in the womb of a mother, that is a female. So female or the girl child is killed before coming to the world. That is the female foeticide, or the and the another one is the female infanticide. So what is female infanticide? When when the girl get birth, and within some time, within 1 month or whatever, within a limited time, the girl child get killed by their own family. So what is the reason? So the reason is that the family did not want the female or the girl child in their family. What is the reason behind that? They do not want to spend money on them, they do not waste, basically they do not want to waste their money on them, so that they do kill their child in the womb, either if they come out of the if they come into the world. So this is the female foeticide and female infanticide. Gender inequality that is also exist in the school. So if you say how this exists in school, so you have already seen that the boys are always been encouraged to take a part in a sports activity, while girls were encouraged to take a part in the painting, dancing, singing, or sewing, knitting. So this is the gender inequality. Textbooks of the schools of the children, that is also give that stereotypical image of the men and women, like woman is working in kitchen, the man is reading newspaper, watching television, or working on laptop or any other things. So this is the stereotypical image which interpret the child's mind that the men's are meant to do nothing or do the house to do the office works, and women's are only meant for the household work and the household chorus. Children grew up with the mindset that the women and men indeed have such a specific role in the society. So this is the interpretation of those images which were printed in their textbooks. Religious scriptures. So gender equality inequality is also prevails in the religious scriptures. How it is? Because the many of the books or the many of the scriptures were written by the men, so it is natural that the women have been assigned as a second grade a role in the religious life as well. So the books were written by men, so they considered women as a second stage, second at the second uh, level, at the second grade. Men always enjoys the more rights and privileges than the women, and women are made to follow the various restriction. So in the religious scriptures also that is several restrictions are there that is to be followed for by the women, not by the men. Also, you have already heard about a lot of about the widows or the single women. Those were apart from their family, those who their husbands are died, and those who are living single. So their living condition of those women were very worst. Nowadays it has changed, but if we go beyond 50 years or 100 years, the situation was very worst during that time. So this is where the women were not allowed to mix with the common people. They do not allowed to wear the colored dress and all. They not allowed to eat the uh, good foods. So this is the thing that is done in the religious matters. Media. So media has also a great influence on the people. So we had already read in the previous chapters that the media has a great role for interpreting something. So in the advertisement and commercial, it gives a various knowledge about any particular product that you have already read. But the product, what it shows, the sports related product, the bikes, car, or the other which is uh, representing the male actors or the male cast, while other like household works like doing utensils and cleaning house, mopping, or the fairness products and all, these are cast by these for these product the women's were cast. So this is the distribution or the gender specific advertisement is advertised by the media. And a huge number of serials and movies are there which is being watched by the people, Indian people, that represent that the Indian woman as a weak and always sacrificing their own wishes for the family, bearing all kind of hardship, and women's are to shown as a dominant and insensitive. So basically this is the portray that is led by the media or the media, basically the mass media, or we can say the electronic media, which represent the woman as a weak and a man as a strong. So this is the manifestations that is led or that is encouraged by the gender inequality, which is a, if we see it is, so it is a small point, but this gender equality inequality leads to the several other points that creates the social inequality between the gender, or in the family, in the male and female basically. Now the next topic that is given in a book, that is the woman in social reform movement. So basically social, what is social reform? First of all you have to understand what is social reform. So social reform is what, when there is reform means change. So in the society what the changes is there, that is considered as social reform. So social, uh, the earlier part of the society where the where the women were treated ill treated, basically, if I say ill treated, and men are treated very well. So how the women get encouragement through these social reforms and the social reformers, so that we have to see in this topic. So the position of women in the society uh, was nowadays, it is means it is much better. But if we go beyond 1 and 200 years back, or if we go back to the 100 200 years ago, so the situation was very worst. Women were not allowed to go to school. Women are not allowed to get education. Women are forced to get marriage at early age. Women, the widows, are get to lead a simple life. They do not allow for the again remarriage, basically. And sati system is also there, the parda system is also there. So these were the part of the basically the society which is prevalent in the previous time. All these kind of problems were faced by them. So the social reformers, because of the efforts of the social reformers, women were able to break some of the social barriers, and they came out of the confines, the boundary line of their homes, and they go to the school. So education is very necessary, because education led to the education gives a great impression, a good impression, and it gives a way to get a new life, and also it gives the chance to people serve, survive well, a woman to survive well. Because if we are educated, if the women are educated, so they can fight for their rights, they can fight for their needs, and they can earn something for themselves. So this is the effort of the social reformers that gives the uh, opportunity to women to come out of their house and get to get the education. Their effort also led to the abolition of inhuman practice. So what they did, it is just they helped the people to fought against the sati system, parda system, child marriage, and they also fought for the widow remarriage. Means they were not against the widow remarriage, they fought for the widow remarriage. One of the most important indicator of the change in this position of women in society is the education of the women. So education helps the women to get the more knowledge, to get to know about their rights and several things. There is a case study is given in your book, that is a curse of dowry. So what is dowry? Dowry is a, earlier it was considered as a gift that is given to the girl when the girl is getting married. But it becomes the custom after several years, the gift become the custom. Now the nowadays the father of a girl, they had to give their dowry uh, in the both kind. If they can give the cash also, they can give it as a in a various things, in a kind, cash and kind, both kind of gifts are given. So gifts become burden for the girl child, for the girl father. Because if a father is not capable to attend to collect that much money, so how he will marry his daughter. So this is a biggest problem in the society that we have to finish. So dowry should be removed in our social culture, or the in the society. So this is the case study that is given in your book about the curse of dowry. Now during the 18th century and during the 19th century, basically, there are many social reformers who saw and face several several problems, or the several evils which is present in the society, such as the parda system, sati system, and widows life. not educating the girl child. So several reformers came into that time, and they worked for the betterment of the woman's life, like Ram Mohan Rai, Jyoti Rao Phule, Mahadev Govind Ranade, Dayanand Saraswati, Vivekanand, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, so Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar. So lot of people are there, lot of reformers were there. They worked for the betterment of women's life, and yes, their efforts led to the abolition of inhuman practice like sati and the pada system. They also worked for the widows remarriage. So earlier time, the widows means when there is a child marriage concept was there. So if a male or the husband get died, so women's were have to live a widow life. So widow's life is living a alone life and having none of the color in their life. That gives the bad impression, that gives the negativity. So these people have done a lot of things, and many of them they have encourages the education to the women, because education led to the change in their mindset and also in their society. So many schools were established for the girl, and once introduced to education, women went on to take up higher education as well. So the education gives the chance, gives the opportunity to the people, or the woman. Basically, the education gives opportunity to the woman to earn education, to get the education and earn money, and also led a uh, good life, that they cannot be the part of those social evils which were prevailed in the previous society. So after getting education, when the women get educated, so they also think about the taking part in the freedom struggle of India. So you have already read the several story, several incident that tells us about the women's sacrifices, or the women's freedom fighters, those who took participate in the uh, several freedom struggles, or we can say several movements which were led by the diff, uh, different heroes, or we can say different freedom fighters. Like there are Madam Kama, Captain Lakshmi Sehgal, uh, Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Kasturba Gandhi, Aruna Asaf Ali, Hansa Mehta, Preeti Lata Wadekar, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, Sarojini Naidu, Kamala Nehru, Suchita Kriplani, Dr. Annie Besant, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, Usha Mehta, Begum Hazrat Mahal, Durga Bai Deshmukh, Kalpana Dutt. So there are many women who fought for their uh, fought for the freedom struggle, basically, and they done a lot of things for the Indian society, for the improvement of the women's and the women's life. Uh, Now uh, the topic the next topic we'll discuss in the next video. What you have to do is that you have to write the name of social reformers, those who done a lot of things for the improvement of life of the women, as well as some of the female freedom fighters, those who took participate after getting educated. They took participate in the freedom fight, freedom struggle, basically. So those names are to be mentioned in the homework copy. Thank you, students.